Namaskara, Namaste, and hello to everyone out there. A very happy International Women's Day to all the women who are attending this webinar. This morning, you all will witness women in change, women in power, women in STEM, and women in lead in all aspects. युगों युगों से एक पहेली है जो कभी नंगे पांव से आंगन में खेली है जो कभी इंद्रधनुष बन के खनकती है कलाई में वही शक्ति है नारी जो कविता कली कहानी बन जाती जिसकी एक करवट वक्त को बदल जाती जो प्यार से रुतबा दे शाही से ऊंचा जो जिद पे आ जाए तो समाज को बदल देती वही शक्ति है नारी. These are some wonderful lines that witness the power of women and state that woman is the ultimate. I am Shreya from Karnataka and Alina from Kerala is joining me and we will be our MCs for today. On behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, I heartily welcome all the dignitaries, self-esteemed chief guests, leaders, gentlemen, and all the attendees who are witnessing the gathering. A very happy International Women's Day.
Hello to everyone. I'm Alina Joby from Kerala, representing 147th Lady Olive Ranger team. First of all, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. It's a heart pleasure to see every one of you in this meeting. Prayer is the Spirit speaking truth to truth. Let's begin our meeting with the blessings of Almighty.
दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना हमारे ज्ञान में आओ प्रभु आँखों में बस जाओ अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा दिलों में प्रेम का सागर हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना हमारा कर्म हो सेवा हमारा धर्म हो सेवा सदा ईमान हो सेवा वो सेवक चर बना देना वतन के वास्ते जीना वतन के वास्ते मरना वतन पर जान फिदा करना प्रभु हमको सिखा देना दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना.
Thank you all. Please be seated. Initially, it's my pleasure to welcome Bilkish Ma'am, Junior Instructor for National Adventure Institute, the Bharat Scouts and Guides, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
आप सभी को नमस्कार. मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am.
आप सभी को नमस्कार. सबसे पहले अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस पर आप सभी को मैं शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ और साथ ही साथ आज हमारे इस कार्यक्रम की मुख्य अतिथि महोदया श्रीमती डॉक्टर विजय लक्ष्मी, नेशनल कमिश्नर गाइड भारत स्काउट एंड गाइड्स इंडिया, उनका तहे दिल से हम अभिनंदन, वंदन और स्वागतम करते हैं. और साथ ही साथ हमारे नेशनल हेडक्वार्टर के डायरेक्टर सर, जॉइंट डायरेक्टर गाइड दर्शना पावस्कर मैडम, अन्य डिप्टी डायरेक्टर्स और अन्य सभी अधिकारियों का हम यहाँ पर स्वागत व अभिनंदन करते हैं। और सभी जो पैनलिस्ट और अटेंडेंट्स हैं और पार्टिसिपेंट्स जो हमें यूट्यूब पर देख रहे हैं, उन सभी का भी हम अभिनंदन, वंदन और स्वागत करते हैं। और साथ ही साथ मैं इन्हीं शब्दों से हमारी आज की मुख्य अतिथि मैडम महोदय का स्वागत करती हूँ। और आज सभी महिलाओं का जो इस प्रोग्राम में शामिल हैं और जो हमें देख रही है और हमारी आवाज भी उन तक पहुंच रही होगी, कोई एक नहीं, दो नहीं, पूरे गुलालों की बस्ती है। कोई एक नहीं, दो नहीं, पूरे गुलालों की बस्ती है। आप सभी मोहब्बतों के इंद्रधनुष हैं, आप सभी मोहब्बतों के इंद्रधनुष हैं। आप सभी एक खुशनुमा हस्ती हैं, आप सभी एक खुशनुमा हस्ती हैं। पुनः मैं भारत स्काउट एंड गाइड्स की तरफ से आप सभी का स्वागत व अभिनंदन करती हूँ और धन्यवाद करती हूँ कि मुझे ये एक आज के दिन पर एक सुनहरा अवसर मुझे प्रदान किया गया। पुनः आप सभी का स्वागत, अभिनंदन, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Bilkish ma'am, for your wonderful words. For the next, I request the technical team to present the welcome video.
Thank you, team. Now, I'm honored to call upon the chief guest, Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Ma'am, National Commissioner for Guides, the Bharat Scouts and Guides, to deliver her speech and share her views with us. Ma'am, please.
Yeah, Shreya, Madam joining.
Oh,
Madhusri in that welcome video.
meanwhile, let me just quote a few words, a small Hindi poem on women. स्त्री है तो हम हैं, वरना ना बनता इंसान, ना नारी झंडे लहराते इनके लिए, फिर भी करती है सत्कार सबका। इनको समझदारी से समझो और स्त्री का करो सम्मान, वरना एक दिन ऐसा भी आएगा जब सारा संसार खत्म हो जाएगा। With this quote, I would like to welcome the chief guest, Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Ma'am, to address us.
Yes, continue, Shreya. Continue, madam will join after 2 minutes.
Okay, ma'am. I request Alina to welcome the speakers for today.
Okay. Ray of light is the ray of hope. Let's all leave the darkness behind and step towards the brightest path. Here, I welcome Srimati Shimti Mam from Meghalaya and Sri Ankita Mam from North Frontier Railway for their presentation. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much. A very warm morning to all the participants and all of you, and a happy International Women's Day to everyone, to all the women's, the beautiful women out there. My name is Shimpilan Karbali, and I'm a ranger from. So, I'll be talking about women in change. So, women in change. Women's status in India has been changing since the ancient times. There was a lot of ups and downs in their status. Inequality on the basis of gender is very common in our country. Women have been harassed for dowry and even many social evils. It is also considered that women don't have a technical mind, hence hence she can become a scientist or engineer. However, they are fighting for their rights. So I'd like to show a small video on it.
Globally, 1 in 3 women and girls worldwide have experienced physical or sexual violence during their lifetime. Less than 40% of them seek help of any sort, and of these, only 10% seek support from police. And of all women who are victims of homicide worldwide, intimate partners or family members. This situation cannot be overlooked. And although progress has been made, the end of violence against women and girls is far from today's reality. UN Women is committed to this cause and works with governments, national actors, women's organizations, and the civil society to end violence against all women and girls. The international community recently agreed that ending violence against women and girls is an important target for a sustainable future, and they committed to achieve the SDGs. During this process, we must make sure that we reach the last woman. By its presence in more than 85 countries on all world regions, UN Women actively contributes to making this possible. We support countries in many ways, including adopting, implementing, and evaluating comprehensive laws and policies, addressing the root causes of violence through strategies, ensuring that their services and support are accessible to all survivors, and collecting data and conducting analysis to fully understand the nature and extent of the problem. UN envisions a world where all women and girls are equal and empowered members of society. free of all forms of discrimination and violence by 2030. Let's not wait till then. Let's make sure that we reach the last. We can make it happen now. Not you.
I hope everyone now that if now keep within ourselves, but we should speak out with whatever we are having problems. So now I hope we have been seeing how women join hands together to fight for their rights. So let us see the major cause of the problem, like of the social evils, that is the gender-based violence. So what is this? Based on his biological sex or gender identity. It includes physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, and psychological abuse, threats, economic, or even education deprivation. To simplify it, gender-based violence refers to any acts or threats of acts intended to hurt any gender, like physically. To understand it more about it, I like to share a short video.
Safety, peace, dignity. These fundamental human needs, never optional. Yet, 1 in 3 women in Kenya experience violence in their lifetime. 50% of survivors are abused by their partners, family members, someone close to them. That's right. In 2020 alone, 108 women died in the hands of us. In the current COVID-19 pandemic, domestic violence cases are reported to have tripled. In home, violence against girls has been normalized. Beating, slapping, slashing, stereotypes, sexual harassment,
Yes, Riya.
safety,
Vijayalakshmi madam has
peace,
joined
dignity.
now.
Okay, ma'am. Now I request the technical team to present the vocab video to welcome Vijayalakshmi ma'am.
Thank you, beta. I have received.
I'm honored to call upon you, ma'am, Srimati Vijayalakshmi madam, National Commissioner for Guides, the Bharat Scouts and Guides, to deliver her speech and share her views with us.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. Happy International Women's Day to everyone, to all the lovely purple ladies of the guiding movement in India. My dear Scout and Guide brothers and sisters, at the outset, I would like to salute my scouting and guiding fraternity for their continued efforts, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. As we all know, this COVID year long, and it is still continuing, has stopped so many activities globally and in this country also. But I'm really surprised and I'm very happy to note that none of the scouting and guiding activities have come to a stop. Rather, they are continuing with more vigor and energy. More activities are happening, albeit online, but they're happening so very well. So I really congratulate the entire scouting guiding fraternity under the able leadership of CNC. And I'm sure this will continue like this during the pandemic and after pandemic also. And thank you for inviting me for this yet another celebration. Today is the International Women's Day, a day to celebrate women's role and contribution to the society, a day to thank the women folk who made this world a better place to live, a day to resolve that women will be respected and revered and not harmed at any cost. I think if we look at our history, in India, women were always very highly respected and revered. Rather, one line I would like to reproduce here. Yatya naryastu pujante ramante tatra devata. That means where women are not only respected and revered, जहाँ पूजा होता है, जहाँ औरत का पूजा होता है, वहाँ रहता है divinity. There is a presence of divinity in the places where women are respected और जिनका जहाँ पूजा होता है. पूजा का I really don't know what word to use in English. This was the kind of high respect which was given to women folk even during our ancient times. And we have lot of examples as well. There were people like Gargi and Maitreyi who were very scholarly those days. There are women who have contributed immensely in every field, in philosophy, in learning, in every field those days also. There are very, very good poets who have churned out eternal kind of poetry those days. So every sphere women shone in those days. And maybe unfortunately in the medieval times, there were dark ages. Somewhere women got confined to their homes, their kitchens, and really did not play a very major role in the nation building. But however, I would say, even during the independence struggle, the role of women, though it may not be very major, but there were women who participated so very well. Don't we know about Jhansi Rani, Sarojini Naidu, and a number of several people who have also contributed to earning our freedom. And now, of course, we know women are in every field. I mean, people are awestruck to see those fields which were never open for women are also now open, and people are entering with all vigor, all enthusiasm. They are doing so very well. Today in the newspaper, I have seen one merchant navy ship is today leaving on this day of International Women's Day as a totally 100% women's team. So these are all kind of pride moments for all of us. Nevertheless, we cannot say all is well in the society. While I see that this kind of an All India Women team is going on a ship, and many times All India women crews were seen on many flights, there are achievements, but there is the darker side also. In the same newspaper, every day almost we get to read the atrocities that are being committed against women, which is very, very, heart-wrenching. One doesn't even feel like reading, but we are going through all those things as well. So this is the time I think we need to stand, not only the girls and women, but men rather should learn a lesson and start looking at them. I'm not even talking of equality. Everybody is certainly equal, but don't look at them as somebody who can be used and thrown. Very, very sad. This situation has to change. Unless that is changed and women can walk without any fear on the roads, as Mahatma Gandhi said long time back, that real freedom is only when a woman can walk without any fear on the roads, even in the midnight. I really look forward to that kind of a day. I really don't know when that will come into our society. Anyway, let's hope for the best. These movements, these celebrations only bring home the point that we need to be strong enough, not only physically, as mentally as well as spiritually. Only then we can protect ourselves. And I also take this opportunity to remember one of our stalwarts, Mrs. Lakshmi Majumdar, who did such a wonderful work in scouting and guiding. She was at the helm of affairs for, I think, more than 20 years, and also who was the founder for Sangam. So I take this opportunity on behalf of our scouting and guiding fraternity to pay homage to her, to pay tribute to her, and remember her with a lot of fondness, affection, and reverence. So once again, I take this opportunity to congratulate all the women, especially who are involved in this scouting guiding movement. And I'm very proud to be a part of this team. Let's move together hand in hand. Thank you very much.
If you want anything done, ask a woman. That's really Vijayalakshmi ma'am. I thank Vijayalakshmi ma'am for her inspiring words. Here, I request Srimati Shimti ma'am from Meghalaya for continue her presentation. Ma'am, please.
Thank you. So, a very good morning once again. I'll be taking Women in Change. So again, women's status in India has been changing since the ancient times. There were a lot of ups and downs in our society in women's status. Inequality on the base of gender is very common in countries like India. Women have been harassed for dowry and even in many social evils. It is also considered that women don't have a technical mind, hence she can even become a scientist or an engineer. However, they do not stop, but they keep fighting for their rights. So next slide, please. I'd like to show you a short video about Women in Change.
Globally, 1 in 3 women and girls worldwide have experienced physical or sexual violence during their lifetime. Less than 40% of them seek help of any sort, and of these, only 10% seek support from police. And of all women who were victims of homicide worldwide in 2012, 50% were killed by intimate partners or family members. This situation cannot be overlooked. And although progress has been made, the end of violence against women and girls is far from today's reality. UN Women is committed to this cause and works with governments, national actors, women's organizations, and the civil society to end violence against all women and girls. The international community recently agreed that ending violence against women and girls is an important target for a sustainable future and a crucial matter to achieve the SDGs. During this process, we must make sure that we reach the last woman. By its presence in more than 85 countries on all world regions, UN Women actively contributes to making this possible. We support countries in many ways, including adopting, implementing and evaluating comprehensive laws and policies, addressing the root causes of violence through prevention strategies, and working with communities to change the social norms. Ensuring that essential services and support are accessible to all survivors. And collecting data and conducting analysis to fully understand the nature and extent of the problem. UN Women envisions a world where all women and girls are equal and empowered members of society, free of all forms of discrimination and violence by 2030. But let's not wait until then. Let's act now. We need your help and commitment to make sure that we reach the last woman. Together we can make it happen. If not now, when? If not you, who?
So well, by looking at that video, I hope everyone now understand. So now I hope you have been seeing how women join hands together to fight for their rights. So let us see the major cause of inequality or social evil, that is the gender-based violence. So what is gender-based violence? Gender-based violence is a violence that direct at an individual's or based on his or her biological sex or gender identity. It also includes physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, and psychological abuse, threats, economic or education deprivation. To simplify it, gender-based violence, it refers to any acts or threat of acts intended to hurt any gender, male, female, or make them suffer from physically, sexually, or psychologically. So next, we have a short video about gender-based violence, and I hope you will all understand.
Peace, dignity. These are fundamental human rights, never optional. Yet, 1 in 3 women in Kenya experience violence in their lifetime. 50% of survivors of violence are abused by their partners, family member, or someone close to them that they trust. In 2019 alone, 108 women died in the hands of their partners. In the current COVID-19 pandemic, domestic violence cases are reported to have tripled. Is the home really safe for women? Violence against women and girls has been normalized. Beating, kicking, slapping, slut-shaming, stereotypes, sexual harassment, rape, defilement, FGM, commercial sexual exploitation of children, child marriages, femicides, pay disparity, denial of justice. Justifying them with words like, her no means yes. She asked for it. We need to hear his side too. It was what she was wearing, and beating her means I love her? Enough! We cannot justify violence. Speak out.
So well, I know now you've seen what is gender-based violence. So now you understand how we should fight it back. We should not keep within ourselves whatever we are facing, but we should fight it back. So there are 4 types of gender-based violence. The first one is physical violence, then sexual violence, emotional and psychological violence, and the last one is socio-economic violence. I'd like to elaborate it by showing a short clip of each of the violence.
Domestic abuse is often a hidden crime happening behind closed doors. Unfortunately, it is so embedded in the daily lives of some that victims and perpetrators may not realize such behavior is abusive.
Domestic abuse does not discriminate. Anyone can be a victim or perpetrator, people of any gender, any sexuality, and from all walks of life.
Until victims are aware that there is a safe environment to share their concerns, they will continue to hold on to the secret of domestic abuse.
Domestic abuse takes many forms and is about power and control.
Verbal abuse,
Controlling you, financial abuse,
sexual abuse, and physical abuse.
We recognise that victims may have concerns that prevent them from speaking out or seeking help. You have the right to feel safe. Help is out there. You are not on your own. Tell someone.
Domestic abuse is a crime, and police are here to listen and to work with our partners to protect you.
You will be treated with dignity and respect. If you report a crime, the police will act on this.
Domestic abuse is
So
often...
yes, if you report a crime, surely you will, the police will act, and there are so many people who can help you. So I'd like to elaborate it more about domestic or physical violence. Domestic or physical violence is a behavior that may result in physical, sexual, emotional, or psychological attacks. For example, intimate partners against another parents, against another, or even a parents against their children. Let's move on to the next one, that is sexual violence. I mean emotional violence and psychological violence.
Ha, you stink at climbing. You're pathetic. You'll never beat me. Ha 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 ha. You stink at climbing. You stink at climbing. Girls stink at climbing.
Stink at climbing.
You're pathetic. Sucky baby, you want your mommy. Don't you, sucky baby. You're pathetic. You'll never beat me. Ha ha, you stink at climbing. No, stupid, that's not how you play. No, stupid, that's not how you play.
Oh my god. What? What a loser.
You mean that girl over there?
Of course, like, her hair. What a loser.
She thinks she's like Rihanna. I think it's fake.
Yeah, it
like,
looks fake.
It's totally fake.
For sure.
It's totally ugly.
Oh.
Like, who does she think she is?
Oh my gosh, what a loser. Rihanna from 5 years ago.
We tend to ignore this kind of abuse because, see, we don't think it's abuse at all. We don't see any physical bruises or cuts, so could it be still as painful? Well, of course. You see, we may not be physically bleeding and hurting, but the mind is capable of destroying us in ways just as harmful and sometimes even worse. Ignoring it only makes the problem grow deeper in your mind, affecting relationships with everyone and even yourself. Sometimes the situation could be that the person doesn't even realize what they say is hurting you, so tell them. Recognize the problem, talk to people you trust, and get help. We all deserve to be treated with respect and not have these mental scars of emotional abuse. To end this off, I ask you one thing. If being emotionally abusive left physical scars or bruises, would you think twice about doing it because you would never want to hurt someone?
Listen to your inner voice. Speak out.
So, well, in emotional and psychological, you can see that there in the video that those people are facing problem, but they have been hurt from inside. We cannot see the scars outside, but they are hurt from inside. So we should help those people too. So I like to elaborate it more. Emotional and psychological violence is emotional violence is a type of abuse that involves controlling someone's feeling and causing mental trauma. As you can see in the video, they are controlling them, right? So whereas a psychological violence is a type of abuse involving the use of verbal and social tactics in order to control someone's way of thinking. Both of these violence go hand in hand and can cause intense harm to the victim's mental health. So if you find the kind of person like that, we should not laugh at them, but instead we should help them. So move on to the next one, the next violence. That is the socio-economic violence. So you can watch the video first.
In this video, we'll discuss psychological and economic gender-based violence. Psychological gender-based violence is any act that causes emotional harm and targets someone because of their gender. Some examples include controlling or restricting someone's movements, threatening another person, verbally disrespecting and degrading another person. This type of violence can also occur online through social media and might involve taking or sharing intimate photos of another person without their consent or sending someone unwanted sexually explicit images. Next, economic gender-based violence is any action that causes economic harm to someone because of their gender. This can include withholding family finances, spending jointly earned income without consent, or preventing someone from getting an education or earning their own income. You can't see the harm caused by psychological or economic gender-based violence, but it can be just as painful. And often, these types of violence lead to physical or sexual violence.
Well, I hope by seeing that video you can understand what is socio-economic violence. So it is a violence that includes taking away of earning from a victim, not allowing them to have a separate income. For example, making them work in a family business without giving them income or a salary, or giving the woman as a status of a housewife without making a without giving them opportunity to move forward, or the victim they appointed and they said that they are not fit for the work, so they are targeted through physical abuse. Next. So do you think this is right, or what can to be done to correct this? So I want all the participants to please type out their answers in the chat box, or even you can type it in the comment section. So do you think this is right? And what can we do to correct this? Please write down your answers in the chat box. I request all the participants to please write it down their answers in the chat box and even in the comment section. Okay, one have answer. We should encourage our daughters from childhood. Okay, that's a very good answer. Making aware of their right, making them literate. Okay. No, it's not right. We have to aware them not to do like this. Okay, that's a very good answer. Need to change the mindset of a family, both genders need to be enlightened. Okay, that's also a very good answer. Educate women. Wow. Yes, right, and make them aware. Okay. We should be more aware about government rules and policy which made for women. Women should be both by mentally and physically. Okay. ये गलत है. Okay. Yes. Wow. I think all the participants have been aware of this and they're giving so much answers. I like to thank you all. Okay. Yes, making aware the right of education. Oh wow. Education is the strongest means to empower and as it helps them to take a stand. Okay. A woman tolerance violence just for their children, but educate daughters and son equally. Oh, okay. Oh well, we get so many answers from the participants. Thank you so much, participants. I hope that everyone now know what this is not correct, right? And we should keep them awareness. Yes, need awareness at gross root level. Okay, girls and boys. Okay, limit the tolerance of women. Give right to girls and making aware strengthful. Speak for truth. Yes. Okay. Yes, this is not correct. Yes. Oh, yeah, well, yes, participants are giving more answers. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. Participants will be, will be reviewing again your answers later on. So we'll move forward. The next slide, please. Next one. Okay, so here, so you know that is the problem. So well, we have to see what are the causes of such situations. So next slide, please. So here are these are the causes of such problems. So the first one is gender inequality and discrimination. Is this a cause? And this is a cause, and also it's a consequence for violence against girls and even young women. So girls and women are not given equal power in their communities, relationship, or societies, which increase their risk of violence and limit their ability to seek support to stop it. Okay. Then the next one is power and control. This is a violence, when people are throwing power and they control the victims in not giving because of their power. So they control their whether it's mentally, like we can see there in the physical violence that they are controlling. Okay, they are controlling them. They are controlling them because they have a power. They are not giving equal rights to them. So the next one is cultural acceptance. That can justify or excuse the violence and ignore the experience of girls and young women. So gender inequality diminishes society responses to violence. So the next is girls are invisible. There is a culture of silence and around violence against girls and young women, and therefore little is known or understood about the violence they experience. The next is weak law. Lack of appropriate laws or lack of implementation of existing laws to stop violence because of women, and this can result in abusers going unpunished to their crime. So when we have a lack of a weak of laws, so these abusers, they are not even giving punishment to them. So they are just left it freely. So so that is why there is a weak of laws. Then we have lack of awareness. Violence against girls and women and that is an abuse of human right. There's also a lack of awareness of existing laws and even availability of services. Then we have the limited support. Girls and women have been experiencing violences, so they may also be difficult to access, like especially in rural areas or remote areas. They are not given fully support to what the young girls and even the women they are needed. They are not given the fully support. So next is the sex cells. This is a business use sexual images of women and girls to encourage people to buy their products. This can lead to objectification of women and even girls. So the next is poverty. So it increases the risk of girls and women who have experiences these violence, as it often limits choice and access to the means to protect and even free themselves from all these violences. Then the next is conflict and emergencies. So in this situation where girls and women are at a greater risk of violence, they may be displaced and separated from the support of the network they have. And sexual violence can also be used as a weapon for war, placing girls and women at a very high risk. And the last one, we have the harmful practices. Undermine the human rights and well-being of girls and women. These include female genital mutilation and child, and also early or forced marriage. They are often passed as a culture or tradition practices, but they are rooted in gender equality and discrimination. So for the next slide, I'd like to invite Ankita from NF to carry on with the consequences. Ankita, over to you. Okay, well, I'll continue it. So here's others consequences. So what when we know about the problem, when we know about the causes, so we should use, we should know about the consequences. So here's the consequences. Violence against women and girls can have a serious physical, emotional, financial, and social consequences, including. So these are the consequences. Like the first one, we have the physical effects. So people who have injuries in head, even they can have the back pain, the abdominal pain, and also they have the poor health, disability, and even they can cause, they can have these diseases and death. So the next one is psychological effects. So in this psychological effects, we can include like anxiety. People can suffer from anxiety. Then they have low self-esteem, and some of them end up to depression. Then they have sleep and even mental health. Then they have post-traumatic stress, social isolation, and it also increased sexual risk taking, and even they committed suicide. Next one. So yeah, the next is the sexual and reproductive effects. So it include the unintended pregnancy, like the STD. Then we have also complication during the pregnancy and even even in delivery. So it can also increase risk of miscarriage and maternal mortality. So violence and the threat of violence hampers women's ability to protect themselves from harm. And the last one, we have the education effect. So in education effect, so people or the women or the child or the girl child, they have, they have poor concentration, maybe poor in attendance and even low grades, which leads to school transferring or even drop out from school. Next. Okay, so now is the activity time. So I like all the participants again to please interact here again. So next slide. So now we'll have a discussion. I request all participants to to write down whatever you can discuss, to write down whatever you have faced about gender-based violence or you have seen, and how can you create change for the other women or girls. So can you please write down to your answers in the chat box and even in the comment section, so that we can see what other gender-based violence you have faced or you have seen, and how you can create change for the other young people around the world. Can you type onto your answers in your chat box and even in the comment section? Okay, I was assisting in an NGO where I saw many domestic violence cases like dowry, extra. I assist them in a counseling session. Oh, wow, that's really great. Okay. Discrimination by in-laws have tried to change in my own household. Wow, that's also a very great. So I request all the participants, please type your answer so that you can share it. I can share to everyone. To promote co-educational system in schools and colleges. Oh, okay. Poverty can be drive. Okay. We can change by creating awareness among people about creating equality between boys and girls. Okay. Women face problem like domestic violence, need to learn self-defensing. We should not let it go. If we are facing such thing, we are taking as a part. Oh, okay. As a part of adjustment. Okay, women should face the problems with poverty and raise her voice against violence and help of social workers. Yes, you can find help from when you have face any problem, so you can find help from the NGOs, or even you can report it to the police station, so they can help. And even there are, I guess, in every locality or even in every area, they have these women rights, right? The community which they helped. Okay, and nobody should interfere in personal. Oh, we champion sexual and reproductive healthcare and awareness about their rights. In my college, I'm doing almost 60% of extracurricular activities, but no one recognized my work. Okay. Health issues can be consulted by parents, doctors. Okay. To promote equal work culture and families. Okay. I'm a victim of all this. As I said, educated son and daughter now they stand as an example for the society fighting against violence. Okay, that's very okay. That's nice. Discrimination of the stop violent domestic violence. Women face problems like violence, but people are not helping them. Okay. Yes. So what should you do? What should you create a change if you think that people are not helping them? So according to you, what you need to, what change do you like to create it to help like that kind of people? Because people, as you have said, that people are not helping them. So how can you do it? How can you change for that? Giving them help in education. Okay. Anything else that we can do to create a change? Parents make sure that their girls learn how to protect themselves and other girls too. Okay, good. Counseling. Okay, both son and daughter be treated equally by parents. Okay, yeah, that's good. Workload on girls, less opportunity in comparison with boys. Mhm. Sexual and reproductive health issues. Okay. Girls be allowed to study. Mhm. Not only girls, but educate boys too for respecting girls. Okay. All family member support is very important. Yes, that's right. Gender equality by parents and teachers both. Okay, to make them strong. Okay, Kavita, will you like to elaborate it more, how to make them strong? Okay, Aditya from to identify the talents and skill of girl child and to encourage and motivate them accordingly. I counsel my students along with their parents and community members with my ranges and rovers regarding gender equality. Oh, that's really good, Dr. Jayashri. Yes, that's nice. That is also a change. Train girls by trained staff for self-defense at school level. Okay, by education and good health. Okay, thank you, Kavita. So anyone else would like to give their answers? Education and good health. Okay. Encourage boys in your life to care and respect girls. Okay. Better counseling. Girls should not be discriminated. Okay. We can overcome it only through realizing that change starts from within. Yes, that's right, Priyanka. To educate, we can overcome it only through realizing. To educate mothers for promoting her daughters like sons. If every son and daughter start raising their voice at home, I think changes will happen in the society. I have taken this as a challenge and educate my students. Oh, that's really nice, Mina. Thank you for your answer. Since childhood, boys should learn to respect women. we can overcome it only through realizing that change starts from within. Yes, we should start the change from within. It's a very good answer. Gender equality. Women change the world, so respect all women. Treat the woman as like a boy. Let the girls take all their decision. Okay, treat them as human. Okay, social responses to gender equality. हमें सभी को समान अधिकार देना चाहिए और सभी वुमेन एंड गर्ल को समान देना चाहिए. Okay. Treat the girls as like the boys. Okay. Society should be more sensitive towards women. More values must be given to the students. Should brought up in this, girls and boys should brought up in the same way. Okay. Challenge and speak out about violence in the home. Oh, okay. Wow. I get so much answers for this question. So now you can, I guess you can, are we able to do that then? Regards to women's. Okay, so well, I hope everyone now you share your answers. So well, I hope you understand now, and I hope when you can create a change in your own society as well as in your starting from within. Like someone give the answer, we should start from within, right? We should start from our own house, because as one word says, charity begins at within, from home. So we should start everything which we can change. So we should start first from ourselves, from within. Then we can tell others also. Otherwise, if we don't start from within but just telling to others, it's not, I don't think so it's a good example. So no gender specific household work. Parents should teach their children about all types of household chores. Again, they should teach their sons how to respect women. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Jayashri. So well, I hope now, thank you so much, other participants, for your answers. If you have something else, you can just write in the chat box. We will see it later on. So now, should not divide in gender. Yes, thank you so much, Mita. So thank you all the participants for answering such a beautiful answer, and I hope you will create a change. Okay, for not only for women, not only for girls, but also for boys as well. When it comes to gender equality, we should give equal rights to everyone, to all the human beings, right? Thank you so much. So we'll move forward with another activity. So yeah, here's a pledge for equality. So I guess from the beginning, I have to all the participants to write down their pledge. So Kenny, if you have, maybe you have written in the activity bag, there's also written, right? You have to put your paper and your pen beside you. So now I'll write again that everyone, you should write down a pledge. Like I've given my example here, that a pledge for equality. So I pledge that every individual deserves to be treated right. So what is your pledge for equality? Can you just write it down now? And so that we can check it. We can have a picture together later on with the pledge, holding your pledge. So can you just, I'll give you 10 minutes to write down your pledge. So if you have done, can you just reply in the chat box if you're done with the writing the pledge. And also when you write the pledge, do remember to take a picture and post it in your social media accounts. You can tag the BSG too. So I'll give you 10 minutes to write down your pledge. And if you can share also the pledge with us here in the chat box, that would be very nice. I pledge never to compromise for my rights and other women. Wow, that's really nice. Okay. Okay. If you're done right there, so that we can see, no, so that everyone can see your pledge. For my rights and women. Okay. Vitika, Avika Mathur pledge to create awareness of women's right amongst all. Wow, that's nice. So let's see if more pledges are coming. I pledge to speak for right and be a voice for the voiceless. Priyanka, thank you for that wonderful pledge. Let's see if others too can write down. They can also write down in a piece of paper, and also they can write down in the chat box so that we can read it. Okay, I pledge that I will voice out against verbal harassment. Okay, that's good. Should not divide in gender. I pledge for generation equality. I pledge that I do many of my to create awareness about girls in society. Okay, Aditya, thank you. I hope you all have written down in a piece of in your paper, right? So that we can take a picture together. Okay, not to judge her. I pledge I'll destroy gender division in society. Okay, I pledge to respect all or always to all women. Okay. Okay. Again I repeat, like I hope you all have written down your pledge in a piece of paper, and you can take a picture and you can upload it now also in your social media accounts by tag, like you have to tag the BSG also. Okay. I pledge all women to have power to change the world for giving an opinion and sharing what they feel about something. Okay, that's nice. I pledge all women have power to change the world for giving. Okay, sorry. We pledge to ensure that all male and female employees will receive equal pay for work of equal value and will be afforded equal opportunities. Wow, that's nice. I pledge to respect women. Oh, thank you. Okay. I pledge to educate and create awareness among women. I pledge to give respect of women's not for one day but always do respect. Yes, that's really nice. I pledge to respect my mom and all women's. Okay, Sneha. I pledge to make my students aware, well informed, and I think Priti, you have not completed your pledge. I pledge to respect all women all time. Okay, मैं प्रतिज्ञा करता हूँ. Okay. I pledge to never be discriminated between gender. We pledge to make all fit, educated our masses and reach out. I pledge to always. Okay, well, Yes, like ma'am has given the link so that you can upload all those pledge in that link. Okay, I hope everyone will click a picture and upload in the link and even on your social media accounts. So next slide, please. So well, here's another pledge for you. So I've given my example for me. I want to live in a world where women are at least equal of men or better. So even this, you can write it down. You want to live in a world where what? According to you. According to me, it's women are at least equal of men or better. So this also you can write down in your chat box and in section. You can write it down, your pledge. It's also a pledge, so this also you can write it down. So me, I want to live in a world where women are at least equal of men or better. Okay, always equal. Okay, I'm getting some responses. I want to live in a world where always better, always equal. Okay. Always better. I promise not to say anything hurtful to my mom. Oh, so sweet. Always better. Okay. All equal. Even this pledge, I'm sharing this one. Even this one, you can write it down and take a pledge and take a picture of it and upload in your social media accounts. In many skills, they are better from men. Okay. Best in all fields. Okay, you want to live in a world where best in all fields. That's nice, Subhash. Kanchan, she says that she may be equal or better or different. Oh, okay. Women are the best, Avika. Okay. Okay, well, next slide, please. I hope now you know how to write on a pledge, right? Next slide, please. Next. Okay, I want to live in a world where a man and a woman walk hand in hand. Okay, that's nice. So here's another pledge. Okay, so I like to pledge. I pledge to be responsible and helpful person. So what kind of person would you like to pledge? So can you write down your pledge, and even you can take a picture of all the pledge you have written. You can make it a pledge wall and you can take a picture of it later and post it in your social media accounts. So for me, I pledge to be a responsible and helpful person. So what according to you will you like to be? Other, that is old age and needy person. Pledge to educate at least 10 women around me. Okay, Avika. Well, according to others. Helpful or to all, okay? Okay, and voice for the voice. That's right, generous, helpful, to help the needy. Okay, so many of you wants to help the needy. That's nice. To be the voice for the voiceless. Okay. I Vishali pledge to treat men and women always equal. Okay, that's nice. Pledge to help needy person. Okay. I pledge to always be positive and make my every moment a memorable one. That's nice. For responsibility. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone for you giving me your such a good response for the pledge and even for the question which I asked. So next slide, please. Next. So I want you all to, whatever the pledge you have written down to, you can take a picture of it and you can tag, you can share, you can upload it in your social media account and tag the BSG. Okay, next slide, please. So I want everyone to on their video so that we can take a selfie time, because whatever you can instead of your raising your hat, your showing your sign, you can show your pledge. Whatever you have written down your pledge, you can show your pledge and you can say change, so that we can take a group photo of your pledge. So everyone, you can show your pledge and so that we can take a group photo of your pledge and say change, because we have to make a change, right? So I want everyone to say change and with your a selfie time.
ऑन कर रही हूँ.
I want you to take a video later on. You can take a video of yourself holding the pledge and you can say change. So you can upload it in the social media account. If you cannot now, then it's okay. Don't be sad. But you can take a video of yourself saying change, and also you can say maybe I can create a change by I pledge to do this. Whatever you have written in your pledge, you can say that one, and you take your video and upload in your social media accounts and tag us. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone. I hope now you understand what is movement and change. So yes, thank you for all the participants for such respondents. I didn't expect that everyone will respond so much. So thank you for all your pledge, for your answers, and I hope you will create a change in your society, in your community. Thank you so much. Lastly, I would like to share one video. Sir, can you please share one video? Lastly, I'd like to show one video how women create a change.
सिम्पटी साउंड नहीं है, सिम्पटी साउंड नहीं है.
Okay. So if I can share if possible, because the sound is not coming. So sound is, we cannot hear it, the sound of the video.
Hi, happy International Women's Day. And here's something we've put together especially for you. Enjoy.
It is said that girls with dreams become women with vision.
So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon.
I am the hope and the dream of the slave.
The world of work has been designed by men. And now I think women have a great opportunity to change it.
God, use me. Use me. Use this life. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know that there is a vision for my life that is greater than my imagination can hold. Use me. Use me. What would you have me to do?
I think it is right that socially I am afforded the same respect as men.
Many people wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. When you see me walking, it ought to make you proud. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman. Phenomenal woman.
The moment you can figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing, the sooner you are able to get about the business of doing that.
When I look down at this golden statue, may it remind me and every little child that no matter where you're from, your dreams are valid.
Up from a past rooted in pain, I rise.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope, and that's all I had. And it's inspiring for all you guys out there that want to do something and want to be the best that you can be and want to do the best that you can do. You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire.
When that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again.
Our diversity of faiths and colors and creeds, that is not a threat to who we are. It makes us who we are.
May we empower each other to carry out such vision, because it isn't enough to simply talk about equality. One must believe in it, and it isn't enough to simply believe in it. One must work at it. Let us work at it together, starting now. Thank you so much.
I hope this has inspired and motivated you. Remember, anything is possible if you have self-belief.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope now you have seen that video. Lastly, I'd like just to end my session by just a few sentences. The future is about women leading the way for a better world where they can live fulfilling life, pursuing their individual dreams and those of their families. The tools of the 21st century, connectivity, access to knowledge, access to each other, are the tools that women call and do put to powerful uses. Thank you so much. Over to MCs.
वाह, ये सच में बहुत ही इंफॉर्मेटिव प्रेजेंटेशन था और आपने हमें बहुत ही आसान तरीके से ये समझाया कि हमें किन बातों पे गौर करना चाहिए और किन बातों को बदलने की ठान लेनी चाहिए. Sincere thanks to Shimsi and Ankita who wonderfully presented their views and made all the attendees to involve in the activity. Thank you so much. To continue, let me tell you that we are cute daughters. We are sweet sisters. We are lifetime friends and lovely lovers. We are long-time life partners, nurturing mothers, and adorable grandmothers. We are the woman, the wonderful woman. One such wonderful lady was Lakshmi Mazumdar ma'am. She was the National Commissioner of the Indian Scouting Organization, that is the Bharat Scouts and Guides. Ma'am also supervised the construction of Sangam, that is World Girl Scouts and Girl Guides Center that is present in India. I would like to request all the attendees to attend the International Women's Day celebrations at 4 p.m. this evening to know more about Lakshmi Mazumdar ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now, I invite Sri Saranraj Sir, the media coordinator of Bharat Scout and Guides Southern Region, to share more information about BSG social medias. Sir, please.
I request all the attendees to kindly wait for 2 minutes because of some technical issues. We'll be soon catching you all. Meanwhile, let me again tell you about the wonderful woman who was Lakshmi Mazumdar ma'am. She was the National Commissioner for the Indian Scouting Organization, that is the Bharat Scouts and Guides. Ma'am also supervised the construction of the World Girl Scout and Girl Guide Center at Sangam, which is in India. I would like to request all the attendees to attend the International Women's Day celebrations today at 4 p.m. in the evening in order to know more about Lakshmi Mazumdar ma'am. I hope you all will find today's evening very blessed. Okay. So now let me quote myself stating, indeed, no struggle can ever succeed without women participating side by side with men. Similarly, I would also like to tell that every time a woman is in trouble, the real man will always stand by her. In that case, I would like to call upon, I would like to also request the ever encouraging Sri Amar Chetri sir, Joint Director Scouts, to give the final remarks. So please.
Very good morning to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you to all the women fraternity of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, foremost the Joint Director Guides of the Bharat Scouts and Guides National Association, the Deputy Director Guides, Madam Achamaji, Assistant Director Kumud Madam, Shivangi Madam, सभी भारत स्काउट्स एंड गाइड्स के प्रोफेशनल्स and all the team member who are supporting in this webinar. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to be with you this morning. First of all, I would like to express my sincere International Women's Day greetings to all of you. All the women and all the guide wing fraternity in the country. I wish you a very happy International Women's Day. And we are all proud of you that to commemorate this day, a webinar has been organized from the last 3 days with a different theme. And today, your theme is Women in Change. What a wonderful theme. So congratulations to all of you. You have done a wonderful job to commemorate this important day. As you all know, women are now more powerful, not only in the world, but in our country, India. And you can see women are more powerful in rural areas. And in many countries, the women are at the head of the state. And India too, the women are in the top position in various, either it is a government organization or the social organization. Women are leading. So this is all because of education. Education has made women independent and they are no longer dependent on men. Women are no more dependent on men. Even at home also, a woman's decision is taken for any future planning. Either child's higher education, either taking any major decision, women are consulted. So women are always empowered. And I'm very proud that the members of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, especially our young rangers, are empowered in the organization. And this is what we want. You can see the vision 2024 of the organization. The status of gender balance has been given in the vision document of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. The young women are empowered today. The young women are kept in all the decision-making body in the organization. And this is what you got the opportunity through guiding. And the guiding will change the world. And you are the one who plays a vital role in decision-making. Thank you so much for holding such a beautiful workshop, webinar from last 2 days or 3 days. And today in the evening, he was celebrating International Women's Day in a befitting manner. I have seen your webinar. I could see from the social media side what a fantastic role you all young women have played in the country and in the organization. So my kudos to all of you. My congratulations to all the organizing team and supporting team for the wonderful initiative. And this is for the first time in the history of the Bharat Scouts and Guides that such a long webinar, 3 days with different theme has been organized in the organization. And this will create an impact not only to the young women, especially to the men also. And we salute to all the women of our country. Today we are proud. Today we are sitting here because due to women. If there is no woman, man is nothing without a woman. And the success of the man is only a woman. So I would like to congratulate each one of you for playing a very vital role and making this webinar a grand success. And I'm sure you will create impact of all this, whatever you have learned during this 3 days webinar to the society. And you will motivate more and more young women to join the Bharat Scouts and Guides. And you will take a commitment that each one of us will enroll one new member in this organization as a commitment of this International Women's Day. So my best wishes to all of you. God bless you. Wish you good luck. And we want to see young women playing a vital role for the development of the Bharat Scouts and Guides and playing a vital role for the development of this country. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity. So I once again wish you a very happy International Women's Day and keep smiling always. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Scouting and Guiding. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amar Chetri sir, for your remarking words. Now, I'm calling Suranjar sir for share more knowledge about BSG social media. Sir, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, Saran. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. Happy Women's Day to all. I'm happy to share about our BSG social media sites. We have 3 social media sites. One is YouTube, next to Facebook and Instagram. First, the screen is our official BSG India YouTube channel. You can search by the BSG India tag, BSG INDAA in YouTube search. You will get this site. You can able to see all the programs of BSG India. Our program is also live streaming here. Next, Mind Gym, BSG News. Every week we are publishing the BSG News. At last year, November 7th, we started this program. And Yoga with BSG, all the officially conducting programs of BSG India programs will be live on this YouTube channel. You can subscribe and click this bell icon for all the notifications, all the videos to time. Next, I'm going to show about our Facebook channel, Bharat Scouts and Guides, officially Facebook page. You can search by the BSG NHQ in the Facebook search. In this Facebook channel, you can tag, like Simti said, you can tag the BSG India, means our NHQ people will share your post in this Facebook page like this. Like all the participants, your district event, your state event, or your unit event, you can share here with this small description, like so and so date we have conducted this, like that, and tags, use the main tags of BSG India. Next is Instagram page. This is our BSG India Instagram officially page. You can search by the BSG India itself. You will get this site. BSG posts. Here you can able to see all the posts of BSG India and tags. You can also tag by the BSG India at the rate of BSG India. You can see the people tagged here, like their unit level events and all these district level district events. And like Simiti said, you want to tag our challenge poster by using the BSG India tag. So once again, I'm showing this, telling the link. Search BSG India in YouTube channel and Facebook BSG NHQ National Headquarters, and Instagram BSG India. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharanraj sir, for sharing the knowledge about Bharat Scout and Guide social medias. Okay. Once again, we request all of you guys to attend the evening session to know more about the constructor of our Sangham, Srimati Lakshmi Mazumdar ma'am. Hope all of you will attend the meeting. Okay. Our program is about to end. So I hope all of you guys enjoyed being a part of this. And it's time for a moment of thanksgiving. I invite Srimati Ruby Bharbat ma'am for delivering the word of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Alina. Good morning to all. Every home, every heart, every feeling, every moment of happiness is incomplete without women. Only women can complete this world. Happy Women's Day to all. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. I consider it a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, National Commissioner Guide of Bharat Scouts and Guides. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank our director, Sir Rajkumar Kaushik, who is always supporting us. Thank you, sir. And I would also like to thank our today's speaker, Miss Simti, Miss Anna Sibi, Miss Ankita, for our today's program. Thank you, all the speakers. I would also like to thank our Joint Director Scout, Amar B. Chetri, sir, for your valuable remarks. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank our Joint Director Guide, Ma'am Darshana Pavaskar, for always with us. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank our DDGLT guide, Ma'am Emin Machamma, for your support. Thank you, ma'am. Today's my words are not enough to express the gratitude on behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. This webinar is not possible without our IT team and our MC. So thank you, our IT team and all the MCs of today's program. I would like to thank each and every member who is attending this webinar and watching this webinar through social media or through Zoom webinar. Thank you all the participants, all the attendees and all the viewers. Thanks to all and everyone. Last but not the least, thanks to our Almighty Gods for this successful webinar. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for delivering the vote of thanks. This Women's Day holds a great significance and it's becoming a custom today, year after year. It is the celebration of respect, appreciation, love, and care towards women in our life and in the society. At the end of this webinar, I would like to request Sharan Raj sir to kindly share the feedback link. You all can find the feedback link in the chat box. I request everyone to kindly give the feedback on the entire series of webinar. Reminding you all once again, don't miss the International Women's Day celebrations today at sharp 4 p.m. in the evening. I hope all the attendees will join and encourage the event. I would again like to bring your kind attention on today's International Women's Day celebrations that will be happening sharp at 4 p.m. in the evening. In this, you will know more on a wonderful lady who is Lakshmi Mazumdar ma'am. I hope everyone will surely attend it and enjoy the event. The feedback link is again shared in the chat box. I request everyone to give numerous feedbacks and encourage the webinar. In whole, I sincerely thank all the attendees and all the invitees who made this webinar very wonderful and joyful.